This is the Jonesboro Open, presented by Play It Again Sports and powered by Prodigy Disc. This is the 4th Disc Golf Pro Tour of the year. We're coming fresh off a major. I'm Madison Walker.
And I'm Erika Stinchcomb, and we're the two Hot Geese.
Honk.
We are watching Catrina Allen, who absolutely slayed this event last year, Kristin Tattar, Lykke Lorentzen, and Mertch, who is as local as it gets, really. She's only about 100 miles. She's from 100 miles from here, I think.
Yeah, that's got to be the closest player at this tournament.
Right? Gotta be.
We're kind of in the middle of nowhere, Arkansas. It is an absolutely beautiful course. It is called the Disc Side of Heaven. Hole 1 is a 385-foot par 3, slightly uphill, but you have to kind of throw over and back down this hill. It makes it look downhill, but I think it plays uphill. We had a little bit of a head crosswind to contend with.
Catrina Allen.
Catrina won this event last year by 8 strokes, absolutely cruised through the last day, and averaged 1,006 golf over the weekend. So,
holy cow.
Yeah, no stranger to shredding this course.
So the play here is to throw a hyzer that finishes straight to the pin. Catrina gets a little more turn on that than she wants, and it doesn't ever come out. It does get pin high, though, and it's every bit.
Second, Kristin Tattar.
Kristin has been, I believe, top 3 in every event she's played in the United States this year, so just killing it.
Unbelievable.
She's going to be throwing these Royal Graces all day. A little bit of a slip up, but... And Madison, you're right. This is definitely a very significant headwind. It's hard to get all the way there. But that was well done.
Third to tee, Lykke Lorentzen.
She's probably really frustrated with how all Americans say her name.
Completely wrong.
The closest I can get is UK.
Yeah, to get that 385 feet of distance, you do need to get it to throw a hyzer flip and to flip up to flat and carry. Without that, it's really tough to get there.
And rounding out the 9:33 a.m. tee time, Mertsch.
Kat won the intermediate women's. Oh, wow, look at this. That's amazing. Okay.
Wow.
Amazing.
Strong start.
Yeah. She won the intermediate women's AM event at Jonesboro here in 2018. So just look at how far she has come. She was playing intermediate.
Feature card, parks it.
Hole 1.
The only player on the card. Kat finds a gap.
Yeah, pretty tricky shot there, but she's just outside the bullseye.
So on the players' minds, when you're in those little leafy tree sections, there are a lot of ticks out here and a lot of poison ivy. You're always aware of them.
Ooh. Oh, I like that long look. She liked it too. She's putting with PA 3s. Kristin for birdie.
This hole averaged right at even par. There were only 5 birdies on the day, but there was also only 5 bogeys.
I think we'll see more birdies depending on how the wind kind of changes throughout the weekend. What a great start from Kat.
Kat's been playing really strong at the start of the season. I'm excited to see what she does on one of her quote-unquote home courses. Catrina saving par from the rough on the right side.
All right, not a bad start for our feature card here.
The next couple of holes, we will be leaning into that headwind. We'll see a lot of overstable discs off the tee.
Hole 2, 605 feet, you're trying to throw through this gap and really almost saw something off. You want to hyzer something pretty sharply that lands somewhere around that pin in the middle of the field, and then you're left with an uphill shot. There is some low-hanging branches, so you have to control the height. Just check out the upper corner there, gkprodisc.com/shop. Your two Hot Geese have some merch on there, and GK Pro has some other great stuff, T-shirts, million colors, mouse pads, aprons, you know, get what you need.
They're so soft.
The shirts, yeah.
They're so comfy.
The mouse pad. And that is great. You almost want it to, it almost looks bad out of your hand. It's going so far left, but a shot that looks good ends up pushing too far straight.
This tee pad is sort of angled down the left side. There is a fairway over there, but most players are going to take this right side gap. I would venture to say every player.
Catrina's throwing an Andrew Marweed Tour Series Hurricane, and man, yeah, they're both landing past that stake.
I heard her at the Hall of Fame Classic in the warm-up field ask Andrew to send her, please send me any of your beat-up hurricanes.
That's
Trying
awesome.
to get some worked in.
Flew nice and straight and finished strong. And Kristin is a little too far left almost, but she'll definitely still be able to attack for birdie.
It's nice over there, though, because it does open up that hyzer angle.
True.
It takes away, but then you have to start to contend with those low branches you were talking about.
UK throwing a D2. Some nice overstability here to finish. There's been a lot of rain and some flooding, so some of the footing is a little tough, especially in kind of these little valleys. It's a lot wetter and slipperier than it looks. That's a really common mistake when you're throwing uphill, that just not be able to throw over the hill or throw nose up, one of the two. Katrina so far up here, she's just throwing a putter, her steady beadless putter to just outside the circle.
Yeah, it doesn't quite get enough on it, and it hyzers out early, but she will have a putt.
Oh, Kristin way up here too. And it looks like there is that branch.
She's
It's
way up there.
just under it. Yeah, she was even farther than I thought. No problem. Cat with a big arm here.
Throwing a sidearm to the pin just looks like a little chip.
Smooth. And parked.
No big deal.
Wow, 2 for 2. Cat came out here with something to say, huh? UK will just take a par here.
There like just some of the this have to be out?
Well, I wouldn't be marking it. That would be
I think they're debating.
Inside or outside?
I think she's just outside if she doesn't mark it.
Just a little low. This hole is a great example of a lot of the holes here at Jonesboro. They did a really great job with the women's tee pads as making sure that every hole is difficult to get the birdie, but still birdieable by almost everyone in the field.
Great birdie there from Kristin. Yeah, I love this track. I think it's maybe some of the most different tee pads from MPO on any of the courses on tour in a really good way. They really thought about the variety of FPO skills they want to, highlight.
And, at first glance, without it being a super wooded course, it seems like it would be a distance player's advantage. But in reality, most of the shots you can get birdie with a 350-foot drive.
You can. Distance is always going to help, but even your average FPO distance can birdie the majority of these holes.
Yep. This is a great example. It's a par 3, 310 feet. It goes down, the fairway goes downhill and then back uphill, but it plays relatively flat. What you have to worry about here is hyzering out and going out of bounds over the barbed wire fence on the left side of the fairway.
I think it does play a little uphill.
Maybe a wee bit.
And we once again had a headwind here that came into play.
And with that valley that you're throwing over, it makes it swirl too. So your disc will do a lot of dropping down and lifting back up.
Not cats.
At unexpected times. Yeah, that was very true.
Does she know this game can be hard? It doesn't look like she's concerned with anything. Just
making it look easy and
looks
smooth,
so
baby.
calm. Yeah, I love it.
This is another error that you can make on the hole, and that's putting it out a little too wide, but she finds her way inside the circle, gets some nice ground action.
Wouldn't even call that an error right now. She's in the circle.
True.
I mean, maybe for her, she's not totally parked. And this is more like what you're talking about. It needs to hurry left to give her a close look.
Just
Still
outside.
pretty solid. Definitely better to hang it out wide rather than challenge the left side and skip out of bounds.
UK opting for a different route. She's taking the flex line, something a little flippier. She finds her way inside the circle.
Yeah, that's just a flippier D2. Seems to be her go-to driver. UK is Norwegian, and I believe this is her first time here at Jonesboro, and I actually think it is Kristin's as well. Great hit from Catrina.
Wow. Adding those circle 2 stats early in the round. I didn't realize
one more time.
I didn't realize this was both of their first time.
Someone's going to comment that I'm wrong probably, but I did try to look it up and didn't see it.
And look at that putt right in the center of the chains. And she looks so casual. She's like, I did this so many times last weekend. It's no big deal.
Oh, man, that looked like a great putt. Little left side.
These baskets do have a little interior cage that I feel like can be a bit pushy. You really have to putt hard and dead center at these particular baskets. A bit of an unfortunate roll from Kristin after it ramps off the cage. She'll still be inside the circle. Definitely more action than you want on the green. She's a tailwind comeback putt. Oh no.
At least that one sat. Unfortunate. There are quite a few holes that are placed on hillsides, and you can just get a lot of rolls out here. Wow, look at this. 3 for 3 from Cat Mertch.
Yeah, what a start.
Do you think if I wore a dress, I could start 3 for 3 tomorrow?
To see you in a dress, I would hope you would give it a shot. You won't.
I won't.
And after that little birdie hole, let's check in with the leaderboard, see how the rest of the field is doing. Look at all these people under par. Ella Hansen coming out hot. I actually played on her card today. She, I believe, also went at 3 for 4 on the first holes. Came out hot. Jennifer Allen having no trouble finding birdies as well. Hole 4 is the first par 4 of the day at 630 feet. I really like this tee shot. You have to throw underneath this low-hanging branch and try to carry still as far as you can. There is a hyzer route as well. Your second shot, you want to throw a big turnover or flex shot, or if you're far enough left, you can maybe force a hyzer. There is some out of bounds directly behind the basket, right at circle's edge. There's a couple little out of bounds tree areas on the right side of the fairway as well that you want to keep away from.
Yeah, there's a couple little bubbles of out of bounds that you can find if you're not careful. Just about everyone going to take this straight through the gap shot rather than the hyzer route. And that ends up fine, actually. Still had a lot of life left in it, but unfortunately cut short. Catrina with a Pro Line Hypercane, taking the hyzer route, proving me wrong. The problem with that route is that tree right in, not that tree, but there's a kind of a group of trees right in front of her, tends to get in the way on the second shot.
There was yet again a headwind here.
Ooh, that's beautiful.
That's a great shot. Keeping it super low, but still getting a lot of forward progression under that branch. Nice linear shot.
Yeah, there's still quite a bit of distance to get to the pin. You want to get a little closer to that stake, but that line was perfect.
This is a hole that if you don't get off the tee, it takes birdie out of the equation immediately.
Oh,
Kristin
man.
will have birdie definitely
Oh, yeah.
as an option.
Right next to that pin. Nice linear shot. Oh, man.
Oof.
Catrina having some low-hanging limbs. There's that out-of-bounds kind of tree area on the right I was talking about.
That's really trusting that shot because if it hit those branches, it would go straight into the out of bounds. And instead, she has herself a long putt.
Yeah, stand still through the branches to circle 2. That was stellar.
A nice wide open hyzer shot for UK.
I think she's still got probably 350 or so to go, and it's a little uphill, so it's definitely a full rip. She'll have a birdie look. And she's in circle 2.
Elevating this basket does make it very difficult. It's a little bit on a side hill as well. Takes away the quote-unquote easy birdie ability of the hole.
Yeah.
By adding that little extra element.
Plus, even if you get into circle 2, you have to think about whether you want to run the putt, because that out of bounds is
So close.
maybe just at the circle's edge on the other side.
Yeah, one bad roll and you're in it. Kristin with just a chip up.
Oh, yeah. She'll have a little work left to do for her birdie.
And I think,
Really solid play on this hole.
yeah, I think what we see here, a lot of putts for birdie is is typical for a lot of the FPO field. Either a long chip like we see Kat doing from around the edge of circle 2 or a little bit outside, or a circle 2 putt.
Yeah, probably not a ton of ladies getting into circle 1.
Yeah, it looks like 43% of the field finding circle 2 on their second shot.
Really like that effort from Catrina, because even though she missed, and if she missed the basket completely, it would sit soft and not sail into out of bounds.
Just a little low, 2 discs on the cage. Both for birdie. Kristin for hers.
Cash gets her back under par for the round.
She's one of only 2 on the day, and that is shocking to me. The other was Rebecca Cox, and I'm sure there was countless other people putting for the 3.
Fruitlessly. We'll see more on the weekend.
100%.
Is that 4 total? You like double it? Is that how math works?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Geese can do math.
Hole 5 is a pretty interesting par 3. At 345, it is just begging you to go for it, but there is this very dangerous little strip of out of bounds in the middle here. All of the right side is out of bounds, and there is OB left as well. If you don't make it, you have to go back to a drop zone, and it's an instant bogey or worse. So it definitely takes some guts to go for it, which it looks like Kristin is. There is a layup play, obviously, but not if you're Kristin. It's just too easy.
Wow. Barely sneaks over that out of bounds, but it looks like that was intentional, keeping it nice and low so it doesn't get a ton of ground play.
Yeah, it was kind of tailwindy here. I'm trying to remember, I think
It was.
maybe left to... Maybe it was mostly a tailwind, which is a great wind to go for it.
It was left to right tail as well, but mostly just straight behind us. Kat taking the high round.
I like the height. It has enough power. Oh,
Wow.
cool.
Flag stick.
Just slowed it down nicely. She's parked for her birdie. I guess if you're on feature card, you probably sign something in the beginning that says you're going to run everything.
Yeah, I have to do exciting stuff all day.
That's a little low. It has good power, but isn't able to get across. So we'll see Catrina go from that drop zone. Most likely a bogey.
UK looks like she's opting for the layup.
And that's solid.
This play is the second most difficult hole.
Yeah, it baits you.
It does bait you.
And I think I would go for it if it wasn't a drop zone and you could just have a long putt to maybe save your par.
Yeah, because look at this drop zone.
Yeah.
It's so intimidating. It kind of sets you up for having a long comeback putt towards out of bounds because you don't want to leave it too short.
Right. Did you watch me play this hole?
No.
That's what happened. Oh, that's solid.
Oh. It's the second time she's hunting chains from outside circle 2.
It does leave her outside circle 1, though, for her par save.
And this is a bit of a death putt.
Yeah, the OB comes up quick behind it.
Ooh, especially for a spin putter, but that was dead center, just a little low.
Yeah, we've seen her miss in that fashion a couple of times, but it's right on line. Yep, that happens quick on this hole.
36% of the field with a bogey or worse.
But look at these two. I assume Kristin's going to make this. 2 just highlight birdies. They make that shot look so easy.
And they're 2 of only 5 on the day. Or we got to watch Kat, but I think this is tap-in range.
I'm pretty sure she's good for it. Oh, man, I would have felt awful.
Me too. So they're 2 of only 5 on the day. Jennifer Allen, Macy Vela-Diaz, and Maria Oliva finding the birdies as well. I think we'll see more in the next few days, but it's not a gimme by any means.
We also had very different wind in practice. I felt the tailwind today and wanted to go for it, but it was an opposite wind in practice.
Hole 6 is a par 3. It's downhill. It's 315 feet. It is an island hole, and it is tight on all sides. There's that big tree on the right-hand side of the green that blocks the easy hyzer play. You kind of have to throw something a little bit straighter and more linear, but you don't want to get any skip because you can easily go over that wall on the left-hand side.
This was a right-to-left wind. We're talking about the wind a lot because it was probably 10 to 15 miles per hour, so you had to think about it. Sidearm, I think if you have a power sidearm, is the smartest play. It's what the shape kind of calls for.
Because they don't have a big tree on the left-hand side to block the hyzer.
Plus, with the wind, if you threw it straight but exposed your disc a little bit, it tended to carry the backhand out of bounds.
The wind was also swirly here, so we are giving you a general wind direction, but just so you know, the wind was always moving. The flags were changing direction constantly.
Ooh, that's headed towards out of bounds. Needs to drop. Nice. She catches those logs and drops in.
Did she hit the logs? It almost looked like it caught the underside of the disc and slung
I don't know. Let's slow it down and analyze.
I'm so curious.
Regardless, she's there for it too. But you saw how that wind was pushing it left.
I like this. Yeah.
What a great angle. Nice.
Yeah, it broke right at the right time at the end of the flight. That was really nice.
That was that FX2 again from UK. Catrina with her Tour Series SP line Rift. Flipping a little too much and a little short.
She's too strong.
Yeah, she just said all of her discs are flipping. And again, that wind was doing some stuff.
It was very unpredictable. If you showed the wrong side at all, it could easily take it and you would never even see it coming. Nice little soft bid from Catrina from the drop zone.
Yeah, definitely.
UK from about 20.
There we go. Cashes it. Gets back to even par. Kat for yet another birdie. 5 down through 6.
And just taking no time on the putting green, just chunking it in there.
I feel like it's better than chunking. Well, let's say slinging.
Smoothly tossing.
Okay. Couple of rough holes from Catrina. But these two with the water and everything involved, I feel like the swings on these 2 holes can be massive.
100%.
Great birdie from Kristin there as well. Hole 7 is an uphill par 4, 545 feet. The play used to be to go to this right side of the tree, but they did clear out the left side quite a bit, and it can shorten the hole. So we might see both, but the typical place to go where the drone flew, and then if you have a sidearm, the gap on the left side of the green is the biggest, but you can test the trees with a backhand as well. Birdie, super in play for the entire field.
They cleared out along that tree line right before the basket a lot too.
That's
so
true.
It's easier to get sneaky through there. We do see Kristin taking that left side route though. I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised, but it is great over there.
It shortens the hole, and it gives you a clearer look at the opening, so you can throw either a backhand or a sidearm. On the right side, it kind of forces a sidearm. But I didn't even practice the left because we've always been kind of forced right.
Yep.
Whoa. Well, she threw it hard, but a little too far to the right.
She might have a line over there.
I mean, it's so far. Basically, she's going to test the trees, I think, and hope she gets through.
UK opting for the left side as well.
Hyzer's a little more than you want.
Yeah, she'll be in the tall grass. It's doable. It's workable. At 545 feet, this is a little bit of a soft par 4, but it plays uphill, and it does take 2 well-executed shots to get to the green. But
Yeah,
like
I
Erika
think
said,
it's-
this left side does make the birdie a lot easier to get.
It really does. And yeah, 4 doesn't feel very good on this one.
Especially if you have a sidearm. That second shot is real easy from the left
That's
side.
true. You can actually not. Maybe that tall grass isn't as tall as it's been. Good job, grounds crew. Course is looking great. She had no problem getting into the green.
The course is looking amazing.
Cat, pretty far up here. With a nice smooth sidearm, just needs to get through the trees. All right.
She'll have a look.
Yeah, it can leave some tricky putts if those trees stop you. There's that fence right there, too. Catrina with a sidearm chip.
She gets tangled up a little, but she'll be just inside the circle.
Might be a little tricky. And Kristin way up here.
Stand still sidearm to the green. Sweet. No problem.
Parked. Man, I'm surprised that 3 down through 7 is not the pace. Like, Kristin's killing it, but Cat even more so.
UK having to contend with that little fence. It is not barbed wire. You are able to putt over the top of it. She leaves it, again, just a little bit low. If she had 5 inches of height, she'd be 3 strokes less.
Yeah, it's, again, dead center miss. Catrina with this tree on her left side, straddled against the fence. Yeah, good effort. She'll have to take the par. Cat to go 6 through 7.
That's okay. And a tap and birdie for Kristin. 36% of the field getting a birdie on this hole, so it's one that you want to get. It's one of the easier to reach birdie holes,
Definitely.
especially on the par 4s. Hole 8 is 324 feet, but it plays a little bit more than that because of the line you have to throw. You can throw a sidearm, and there are people in FPO that do have that distance of a sidearm. I think we'll see Kristin try that, but I think a lot of the field will be playing a turnover backhand. The problems you can get into here is having it hyzer out and going into the trees deep, or turning early and landing into that tree patch short of the basket. It can be especially brutal in there, but they did clear it out a lot in the last couple of years, so you can scramble from there a little more effectively.
As you predicted, Kristin with that powerful sidearm. I'm guessing that's one of her graces, and to get inside the circle here on a sidearm is just,
Awesome.
yeah.
It's
I was
uphill.
trying to find a better word than that because
I mean,
it's so good.
It's so good. It probably plays, what, 350, you think? Maybe a little less?
Yeah, a little more than 324
Yeah.
for sure, but maybe not 350.
Kat going with the sidearm as well. She pushes more straight than you want.
That
but-
is definitely the mistake to make. As you said, they have cleared out that tree line a lot. It used to be just a jungle in there. Like, you couldn't even get out because the thorns just grabbed you. It was terrible.
Sounds like you have some bad memories.
Yeah, I threw very straight today.
UK turning it over early, like we said, used to be an issue, but at that point she can almost even jump putt through the trees right at the basket.
Sometimes you're left with tricky lines, but it's so hard to get the backhand shape correct because you really need it to break late. And it's
very late.
Yeah, easy to turn it over out of the hand early.
While you're still kind of climbing uphill. It's such a tough shot.
That is close, but also breaking too early. Love the shape.
She'll be right outside the circle though.
Yeah.
Some low-hanging branches blocking the ability to have a putt more than likely. UK opting for going through the trees, just kind of
Jams it up there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought she was more on the edge.
It did look like she was closer, but this is kind of tough. Ooh. All right, right over the... I thought she was going under.
Me too.
She needs to do a tick check right now.
Kat opting for the layup, and that's smart here because if you do catch that lighthouse on the flat side, you can very easily pick up and roll down this big hill.
Kristin for a highlight birdie here. Hate that sound.
Me too. I hate how many elevated baskets are on this course.
Yeah, I didn't really think about it until watching it this time around.
There's more than normal,
Yeah,
right?
I think so. Great scramble from UK. Nice little putt. Definitely had that branch in her way.
There were 5 birdies on the day,
Cool.
and that surprises me. I feel like that's more than I was expecting.
It's... I don't know. Again, Jonesboro is so great because it's not the distance, it's the technicality of these shots. Like, all of these women can do this, but it's not easy.
They did a great job with the design in such a wide open area.
Wrapping it up here, first part 5 of the roundup. I always love this shot. I don't know why. Just down the tunnel, hyzer flipping or throwing something straight and landing anywhere in the open. Left or right is fine. Right side, you have this tree. Left is probably better because then you can throw something up the hill that hopefully hyzers around the corner, leaving you just a chip shot forehand into the green, which does slope pretty sharply and like funnels into this gross, scary pond back there. That's not where you want to be. So just kind of controlling that final shot. Birdie, incredibly in play here. Everyone's thinking 4.
100%.
Maybe people are thinking 3. I don't know.
I think 3 is in the question. We will see an eagle this weekend on this hole.
That's a crush. The problem with the 3 is that second shot. It's so hard to get it into circle 1.
Yeah,
with
there's-
the angle. Like you can maybe get a circle 2 highlight putt kind of a deal.
There are some low-hanging branches that guard the green perfectly for that second hyzer shot. Kat putting a lot of height on it.
I like it.
Me too. Instead of throwing it nose down and being safe, she's just trying to bite off as much as she can, and
Look
she
at
gets
her.
way down there.
It's like 50 feet past Kristin, who smashed it. UK with another D2. Turned a little bit, but that is fine. She can choose to go to the right side of the tree and still birdie it, or potentially left if it's not too much in the way.
Yeah, she'll be set up for potentially a flex shot as well.
Here's a Pro Line Rogue. Turned again a little too much, only because you're challenging the trees. Like, that's plenty of distance, and she'll have something.
She looks like she's lining up for the flex shot.
Oh, I like
Wow.
how low it was. Oh no, did you see it catch that teeny little branch?
How How much did that slow it down?
A ton. It kicked it left
That
hard.
was such a great line.
The power on it, she might have gotten the rare eagle look.
Yep.
From slightly out of position.
And throwing uphill, too.
I mean, most ladies are going to just try to get kind of to the top of the hill here to set up the shot. That's great, too.
Mm-hmm.
That's really great.
Wow. She's inside circle, too, right?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
That's amazing.
That's incredibly good.
And she even nicked one of these little low-hanging branches right out of her hand. Unbelievable power.
Maybe we'll see the eagle today. God, look how far they are.
It does take away the ability to easily get to the green. There's that low-hanging branch that catches up any hyzer angle to the green.
You almost need to throw like a high power forehand for the line to park it for the eagle, which
flex.
is not smart.
No,
Like you can mess that up so easily. The backhand, let's see. I wonder if they're just trying to filter through the tree.
That might be the play.
I mean, it worked. Cat's inside the circle.
Just kind of throw and hope, and if not, you're still getting a birdie.
Wow, let's see the eagle.
Catrina throwing a chip sidearm. That looks great.
Solid. She'll have a putt left for her birdie. Really unfortunate branch kick. Her shot, I think, had even more power than Yuke's and was going to get close.
Kristin forced to take a knee, and she decides to just lay up, and that's smart on this green. It really is super sketchy.
Do it. Eagle.
Ooh, soft bid.
Yep. Good control. Misses but stays close.
This plate is the easiest hole on the day, and that is not surprising.
I don't want to call it soft, though. Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe it is.
What a great birdie putt from Catrina. Downhill death putt. Great recovery. No! We wanted it.
Still a birdie. Second drop putt of the round. She's still 5 under. She's missed 2 from inside the circle. That's nuts.
And that miss was for Eagle.
Yeah. Yeah, she missed instead of still a birdie.
Yeah.
Kristin getting to 5 under through 9 as well. Just a phenomenal score. Some great golf today. I feel like we zoomed through that.
Yeah, I mean, the rounds went really fast today.
That's true. Good pacing. Oh my gosh, look at Cat Mertsch, bogey free.
Look at all the green on Kat and Kristin.
Yeah, Catrina off to a little bit of a slower start.
Yeah, but all it takes is one round out there.
Look at all these people under par.
And a lot under par, too.
Quick thank you to the FPO VIP members. It's really helping us do what we do. We appreciate you. It's $10 a month at the base level to support us. gkprodisc.com. We appreciate you so much.
To everyone that has already signed up, man, we're so excited and ecstatic to have you. We're glad you enjoy this as much as we enjoy doing it. Thanks again to GK Pro Disc for supporting FPO coverage and the 2 Hot Geese. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. Honk.
Honk.